I think most of the time when people have opinions on the internet or on social media, they just want to feel validated. They want to feel like they're the one that's right and that other people are wrong. And they think that by proving that other people are wrong and that they themselves are right, they feel validated. It's a big ego thing. And let me tell you, the more you tell someone's wrong, the more they will argue and combat with you why they're right and you're wrong. And it just becomes this big back and forth, right? As people, we don't want to feel like we're wrong, right? We want to argue back. We don't want to feel like we're wrong, because when you tell someone that they're wrong, it hurts their ego. It hurts their belief system, right? It hurts, people don't want to feel like what they stood up for is wrong and complete false. It's a shatter to our ego, okay? But if you're trying to change someone's mind or get them to see it in a new perspective, the best way to do that is to do asking questions as to, hey, why do you think sea oil is bad for you, right? Why do you take on such a strong stance on why you think sea oil is bad for you? Or why do you think eating a certain diet is much better than this diet, right? And when people start asking these questions and digging deeper and asking the why questions, the harder questions, the more deeper question, you'll begin to understand why people choose to take on the certain stance that they're in, okay? And sometimes right, and from that you have an idea of where they stand. And if you're trying to change their mind, your goal is to try to get them to think, and question about their belief, instead of straight up just telling them that, hey, you're wrong. You should be asking questions that challenges their belief on why they think that their belief is not so true or not so accurate, right? And that's just really through asking insightful questions. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? Why do you think that way? And I know I'm being extremely broad, and maybe in the future I could use a more specific example. But I think the one on my mind is just sea oil, because I recently saw the video of it was like an AI generated video. Why do most East Asians are skinny fat? And it was like the lack of exercise. And then somebody in the comment posted sea oil, and then one of the comment was so bizarre. It was saying East Asian, don't you just mean Chinese? And all of a sudden the person who posted this comment was Korean, and then he was getting attacked left and right because Korean, Japanese, I think Vietnamese as well are part of East Asians. And he was just getting bombarded with comments saying that, are you saying that you're not part of East Asian? You're part of East Asian too, right? And like I said, it was just a brain rot going back and forth, okay? And sometimes if you try everything you can and you try to get them to question themselves, to see in a certain light, and if they refuse to see it that way, then so be it. Because it really takes an open mind to question one's belief, right? It takes an open mind to question, hey, could I have been wrong this whole time? Could I have been wrong? And I think most people just don't have that capacity to realize that, to question that, because I don't know, it's scary to question your own self, because what if you've been wrong this whole time? Does that mean, it shatters on what they believe in? And like I said, most people just don't want to feel like they're wrong. And like I said, it ties to back to this whole ego thing. And you know what? If if they are wrong, life will eventually teach them, right? If you're wrong enough times, life will eventually teach you, okay? If you are wrong enough times, life will eventually teach you. I think one of my favorite quotes from The Office is that from The Office, it was Dwight Schrute who said this, and if you guys are an Office fan, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, or who knows, you may not. I think it was the very first couple season episode where it's like, Dwight was doing fire alarm testing or fire alarm drills at the office, and he was saying, yeah, if these guys, this is a drill, but if people don't get it, that's fine. The best way to teach somebody is through experience, right? And like I said, experience will definitely teach somebody. It will definitely be a hard teacher, yeah, let me see. Yeah, people want to be led. People want to feel like they discover the solution, right? And that's by really asking them questions. People want to feel like they've discovered a solution, right? Because it gives them a sense of empowerment. It gives them a sense of a control over their own life. And when we come out and straight up tell them that, and when we come out and straight up tell them that they're wrong, or they've been wrong their whole life, we're violating and intruding that, right? We're violating and intruding that sense of empowerment, right? That sense that they have, that sense of control that they have over their life when we tell them straight up that they are wrong. That's why people become very combative whenever if you see like shows with I think cops. I think a good example of this is like cops and drivers, and I'm sure if you are on that space in TikTok, you'll probably see it, or any short-term media. It's like a cop stops by a driver, and the driver is like, I don't answer any questions, I refuse to answer if I don't have my lawyer, and this and that, right? And the cop all of a sudden just kind of violates them by making them give their ID, or like make them get out of the car, or make them go down the window, any sort of that, right? And that's what people don't want to feel like. They don't want to feel like their rights as a human being is threatened. That's when people get extremely defensive, right? And I may be saying this wrong, right? I may be saying this wrong, like as in the whole small details about like the rights, cops, and amendments and stuff, okay? But yeah, this is supposed to be a short video. I'm not sure if I clicked through all the points, but like I said, this is all practice for me to get better at it. And yeah, if you're sticking around, you're still watching this video, I just want to conclude by saying, let people think what they want to think, and if you think that you can try to change their mind, you could start by asking them why. Asking them why they chose to pick, why they choose to be on, why they choose to believe in what they believe, right? Asking them why, and then slowly from there, maybe you could bring up something. What about seeing it this way? What do you think of this? It's always about asking questions that will guide them through their thinking. Like I said, people want to feel like they're the one who discover the solution or their mistakes. People don't want to be straight up told that they're wrong, but they want to be led to the solution. And as people, we should just if we see that someone's wrong, we could either do two things. We could just sit back and say nothing, or what we could do is try to guide them through their thinking by asking questions. And if they refuse to see it, then it's okay. Let them think what they want to think. And like I said, life will eventually teach. If you are wrong enough times, life will eventually teach you. and that will get you to change their mind. And that's a very strong lesson. And yeah, and I think that is it. Yep, that is it for this video. If you're here, if you sticked around this long, and if you enjoy my content, feel free to drop a like and subscribe to more videos. I'm trying to be a bit more consistent with my videos, and yeah, it's I don't know, I feel like when you trying to do something, I guess when you're working a job, you have a schedule that you have to follow through, and that develops your habits. But when you're just making videos for yourself, or when you're working for yourself and just making videos, you have to be disciplined about uploading video and taking the time and intention to create content. And I think for that, I think I'm still working on that. I'm definitely lacking the discipline and the consistency, and I think that's why I haven't really been pumping out videos. But you know, that's what I'm working on. We're all working on something, headed towards somewhere. We're all work in progress, and yeah, I just wish you luck in your endeavor, whatever journey you're on. So yeah, as for now, see you guys next time. Peace.